Hey, good morning. It's Christine Crutcher from Create with Christine, and I am here with a Tea and Techniques video for you this morning. So thanks so much for tuning in. Just a disclaimer as we get started, Tropical Storm Henri is here, and it seemed like about an hour ago it just started downpouring, and there's been some like thunder and lightning. So if I cut off early, you know why. So today we are going to make this cute card right here featuring the Angels of Peace stamp set. And I'm actually using the paper from Sale-A-Bration. So here is the stamp set. It is in the current July to December mini catalog. Super, super cute. And I want to show you a couple techniques with, hey, good morning, Pam. Thanks for tuning in this morning. With soft pastels. Now I did do pop-in pastels with another card a couple weeks ago, so you can find that on my Facebook page at Create with Christine or on my YouTube at Create with Christine. So today I'm going to show you two different techniques with the soft pastels. So again, I'm using the designer paper called Peaceful Prints, and it's right on page 8. This is the SaleABration Catalog, and it goes until September 30th, 2021. And you'll just see that little green medallion at the top. So you can get this paper free with any $50 purchase. Now that's any purchase. Some people think they have to purchase like the punch, the deer punch that's to the side there. You don't. You don't have to purchase the things that are on this page. This is just things that are showcasing how you can use the paper. Okay. So I'm going to jump right in and talk a little bit about SaleABration and my summer promotion, but it should go pretty quick. I want to go pretty quick just with the weather. I'm right next to a window, and Thursday we actually had some tornado warnings in the area, which is pretty rare, but yeah, just want to be safe. Okay, so hopefully my friends that are local in New England that are tuning in today are also staying safe. So I'm going to move the camera down. We'll just jump right in. Let me just find myself in my feed. So it's actually going to be a great day to do some things around the house and get some stamping done for like Casing Tuesday and for the week. So I'm looking forward to doing that. So I have a couple things I want to show you, because if you notice this card, I also did partial embossing with the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. This is the Merry Melody 3D embossing folder, and of course those of you that don't know me as well, my husband's a musician, so I had to get this because it's got all the music notes in there. So let's just jump right in, and I have a lot to show and I kind of want to do it in a quick time frame, and I'm running out of space on my table. So let's do our stamping first. I decided to use Shimmery White Cardstock for this. Hey, good morning, Janine. Thanks for tuning in. And I decided to use Stays-On because I'm going to actually be using a blender pen to move the ink. So a couple things about Stays-On is when you get it, it comes with this plastic piece, and it does say do not discard. So make sure you do not throw that away. And with the Stays-On, you do need to have Stays-On remover. So when I go to take the ink off this stamp, I use Stays-On, and then I also use the regular scrub and mist over it. So I'm going to do all my stamping, and then I'll do the coloring. So when I put this away, I just want to make sure the cover's on. So there's only 2 ink pads. I used Sahara Sand for the sentiment, which says sometimes angels are just good people with kind hearts. So this isn't necessarily a Christmassy card. I mean, it can be, but it can be an everyday card, I think, too. So let me know what you think about that. We're going to do the sentiment in Sahara just down on the corner. Okay, that actually came out pretty good, better than my original. And I just want to show you how I did the partial embossing if you're not familiar with how to do that. So this is the Merry Melody embossing folder. You need to use it with a die cutting machine. So what I did is I lined it up so the edge is like that, and then I put it in my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. You need the large one for the large folders like this. So because there's going to be a line here where the edge of the folder is, I'm going to cover that up with the Designer Series paper. So I just wanted to show you how I did that partial emboss. So the bottom will stay embossed, debossed, I don't even, no, not debossed, I guess that would be like the back side. Unembossed, I don't know if that's a word, I made that up. And then the top will come embossed. So it will look like this. I just did one earlier. So what we're gonna do, I'll just jump right in and do this really quick since I'm here, and then we'll do the coloring. So I'm just gonna cover up, it's about 1 inch from the bottom, and use just a little bit of liquid glue to get the designer paper on here. So again, this paper is 12 by 12, and it's free with a $50 order during Sale-A-Bration between now and September 30th. And it's super cute. I just used this. I wanted kind of like a neutral because the coloring is going to be on the angel. So let me bring over the angel. I'm going to bring over the soft pastels. And I forget who asked me. Somebody asked me for more pastels videos. It might have been Joanne. So these come in a cardboard case. And the colors are right at the back top. So I'm actually going to use Daffodil, Gorgeous Grape, Granny Apple Green, Mango Melody, Night of Navy, and Poppy Parade. So I'm using almost all of them, actually, because, of course, I wanted all the different colors in, like, the little angel. So let me start. I'm going to pick out the Night of Navy chalk pastel with my fingers. And I am just going to do the dress. Now, I'm upside down, so I hope I don't screw this up. So I'm just going to rub the pastel right on the dress, and don't forget the top. When I did this earlier, I got a little bit on her arm. So, okay, that looks pretty good. So let's just go and get my blender pen. I'm going to bring over, this is just a piece of basic white scrap paper. When you're using blender pens, there's 2 tips, but you want to make sure you scribble off on scrap paper to make sure you have no ink on it. So now I'm just going to move the chalk. And actually, if you go in a circle, it's probably a little bit better because you don't see the line as much. So because I'm using shimmery white, this is super like easy to move and get the watercolored effect. If I was using basic white cardstock, and I did it earlier, and I don't know if I still have it on my table. I'll see if I can find it really quick. I did an example with basic white, and with the blender pen on basic white, it starts to pill the cardstock. So if you can invest in a shimmery white, it's great. And I'm upside down, so hopefully I get this about right. I think her arm is there. I might go into a little bit of her hair, but that's okay. Okay, so that looks great to me. If I went into her arm, there is a little product that's called a sand eraser. Let me take this off. It's made by Mono, and I believe you can buy these on Amazon.com. And if I went into her arm, and I did do it earlier in my first example, I just erased like a little bit gently with the sand eraser to get the color out. So there's another tip for you. I'm full of tips today, so I guess we need a tropical storm more often. No, I don't think that would be a good idea. So I'm just gonna scribble, and I'm gonna go to purple next. Well, yeah, I'm just gonna do the purple next. So with the blender pen still, I am gonna go right into the purple. It's Gorgeous Grape. Okay, so make sure you have a good amount of chalk on there, And I'm just gonna do the little flowers up in her hair. Like she has like a little band in her hair. So I'm honestly like dabbing, because this is really small little area. Okay. And then I'm just scribbling off the purple, and let's move to, well, she's holding, I'm gonna pick up some, you could use the Mossy Meadow. I'm gonna pick up some green. And one thing you can do is kind of go darker and then kind of just pull the color. I mean, this is such a small little area that you could do Mossy Meadow because you have 2 greens. And then a little tiny bit of poppy, because there's like a couple little berries here. So this is super fun. And then I'm actually gonna just flip to the other side. I don't think I did anything on the other side earlier for the yellows. So there's 2 yellows, Daffodil and Mango Melody. Do I have that right? Yes. So Daffodil is the lighter one, the first one here. So I'm just gonna do a little bit on her hair, and you can actually just add like a little bit and then kind of like pull the color. I gotta be careful up here because I have the purple. So you can kind of like follow the artist's lines and just add a little bit. I went a little heavy on the first one that I did, my first example. Okay. And then for the wings, I did the mango. Kind of like a gold is what I was thinking. So I just kind of follow the artist's lines here. Don't be afraid to like go in there and get like a lot of pastel, and then you can kind of sort of blend. So I kind of did like a, just more of like a blending technique on the wings. So isn't that super, super cute? I just think it's adorable. So I know somebody told me this week, I'm not a fan of angels, but I am, so I had to get this stamp set. So, oh, a nice confirmation card. That is actually a really cute idea. I did not think of that. So that's how I colored with the chalk pastels. So those are some tips with that. You need to have the blender pens. They actually come in a set of 3. And they're pretty inexpensive. So if you're watching and you're a demonstrator and you wanted to do this in a class, if you bought a couple packs, like each person could have their own blender pen. And the chalks are like super inexpensive. You get 8 colors and they're $9 for this whole container. And they're gonna last a pretty long time doing these little techniques. So let me show you how I did the rest of this card. I just put the angel onto a piece. This is 2 by 3. So I put the angel onto a piece of Sahara that is 2 1/8 by 3 1/8. And I'll have all the measurements below if you want to check those out. And I used, you know, I kind of like had her hair and her wing kind of on the yellowy side, so I kind of decided to go with gold. And I picked up the Simply Elegant trim because this comes in gold and silver. And I have a pretty long piece. It's 21 inches. So the angel's gonna go on this side. So I want the bow over here. You could do a knot as well. And this is a little bit difficult to use. It's a little stiff, so you kind of have to kind of play around with it if you want to do a bow. So honestly, all bows, you need to futz with them until you kind of get them the way you want them. So you know what? I'm just going to leave it like that for right now and pop up my angel on dimensionals. I like to use dimensionals when I'm going over ribbon or the twine. And I'm gonna do 6. I use a lot of dimensionals when I have them over ribbon. So I want to get my placement. I'm gonna put like 2 more towards the top. Okay. So I'm just going to get these off here. I hope you guys are having a good week. It was busy here. I had my Halloween stamp camp on Thursday, and I have some names to go into my summer promotion bucket before we sign off today. So I'm doing a summer promotion, and it has about 1 week left. So if you place an order with me by the end of August and spend over $30, you will get your name into the bucket. And I think I did not prepare for it today, but I could pull the names. I have quite a few names in the bucket now, so I'm gonna draw for 3 embellishments, but maybe I'll do it next week, and so I can show you the embellishments. Okay, so that looks good to me, so I am just gonna put this onto a Sahara Sand base. And I think this color is really underutilized. I know I've been using it a little bit more lately because it's been in some of the papers, the designer papers. So it's a great neutral to have in your stash. Okay, and because I used the gold, I brought over the wonderful gems. And these just have a little bit of gold sparkle, so you could add on a few. I just kind of sprinkled them on the clear and the white ones. So maybe one down here, one up top. I'm using the Take Your Pick tool for this. Maybe one up top, maybe one to the side. Whatever makes you happy, honestly. So where there's like a clear space. So, and then I can just cut my tails. So I did a little bit more darker on the dress on this one and on the berries, and then her hair is a little bit darker on this one. But I'll take some pictures and I will have them on my blog at christinestamps.blogspot.com for you guys to check those out. I did do a swap. It is one of the things I love about being a demonstrator, is we get to swap with one another. So I did this one. It was a business swap. I got 21 samples back, and I used the same stamp set, just the larger angel and a different sentiment, but I also used the twine, or the trim, I guess is what it's called, and made like a bow, and then popped this up on dimensionals, the sentiment. And I used the same embossing folder and a little tiny bit of the gold glitter vellum that is in the holiday mini catalog, and just a little bit of designer paper down the side here. And for this one, I just took my blender pen, and where I stamped in the Misty Moonlight, I kind of just moved the ink a little tiny bit. I had to make, well, I made 22 of these, but I had to make 21 for the swap. So I just wanted kind of like a different, simple way to show the angel. So that is that. I want to, well, let's do the summer promotion. Let's bring over the bucket. So next week, I'm gonna have, I'm gonna pull for 3 embellishments, but I'm gonna have the embellishments so you'll see what you'll win. But I had Angela J, Angela J, Angela J, Melissa M, Elaine M, Sandy L, Deb C, and Mimi C all earned a spot in the bucket this week. So I have quite a few names in here. It's a little kind of pail and shovel. We're not going to the beach today, folks. Most of the beaches are closed due to Tropical Storm Henri. So again, there's just over a week to earn your spot. I want to bring over this because I think I talked about it last week but did not show it. So I made a 1-page document that shows all the items you can earn for free during Sale-A-Bration. So the Be Dazzling specialty paper is 6x6. It's free with a $50 order. Also free with a $50 order is the Penguin Playmates 12x12 designer paper. The Feels Like Home stamp set, the Beautifully Penned 12x12 designer series paper, and the Peaceful Prints 12x12. This is the paper I used today, the Peaceful Prints. And then we've got the Counting Sheep stamp set, the sheep dies, the Textures and Frames stamp set, and then free with a $100 purchase is the Summer Shadows dies and the Delicate Dahlias stamp set. So those are the 10 offerings for Sale-A-Bration through September 30th. And I did want to point out a couple things towards the back of the Sale-A-Bration catalog, that there is a free stamp set if you host a party or you just have a very large order that you want to put in yourself. So when you get to $300, you can get this stamp set in your words for free. So again, this is just a special during Sale-A-Bration through September 30th, 2021. And this is all like these amazing sentiments. I'm actually going to do a project with this in a couple weeks, and I will feature it. And then on the very last two pages, pages 18 and 19, I did want to go here because down here, and you may have totally missed this and looked right over it, but I am going to do a separate video, and I'm hoping to do it today if our power stays on, which I'm pretty sure it will. We're not in a direct hit from this storm, but they are concerned about power outages and flooding in all of Massachusetts with the storm. So if you join my team during the month of August or September 2021, there are 10, I believe, 12? Let me see if I can do quick math. 12. There are 12 different bundles from the July to December 2021 mini catalog, and you can pick out one of these for free with your starter kit. So again, it gives you some more information here. I have information on my blog, some detailed information at christinestamps.blogspot.com. Just click on the Join the Fun tab, and you can read some more. But I'm going to do a separate video, and it will post to my YouTube channel. I'll probably put it to my Facebook page later this week as well about joining my team during Sale-A-Bration. So I think that's it. I am going to bring the camera back up at my face. I do have my host code still open for the month of August, so if you do want to place a $30 order, but who would place a $30 order right now? Everybody would place at least a $50 to get a free Sale-A-Bration reward. So I will put the link below with my host code, but it is really quick, RNXGTA through the end of August. And that's it for me this week. If you're watching in New England, be safe today, and I will be back next week with a video live with you here at 10 o'clock on Sunday morning Eastern. But I'll also have a separate video about joining my team during Sale-A-Bration. Have a great week, everybody.